Bow wow.
Welcome to DogStar. This week, Sun Dogs are sitting down with Selah C, the one, the only. We're excited to pick your brain and to get a peek behind the curtain.
Awesome. I'm excited to be here. Thank you all for asking me to be a part of your show.
You're very
I've watched
welcome.
a lot of your podcasts, so I'm really excited to just be here today as an artist. So,
Hey, we're honored. It's our pleasure, definitely. Our pleasure. So we want to get into your origin story.
Hop in the time machine. Take it back.
Exactly. So where did music start being introduced to you in your life?
Set the scene. Georgia, correct?
yes. So I was born in Georgia, Decatur, Georgia to be exact.
Okay.
And so music for me started with my father. My father's a producer. He makes music. He's made it all my life. So just as a young child, I would hear him just in the studio and just all the music, and I would start to imitate what he was doing.
Oh.
So I was actually rapping at 3 years old. So I've been rapping my whole entire life. When I got to Minnesota, here's when I made my first song. It's called Don't Bully. I was 10 years old. And so,
my gosh.
and that's the first time I ever wrote out something, rap something that I wrote. My dad, of course, helped me a little bit with the writing. And so I recorded that.
Did you have to perform that at school? Was that your first time on stage?
Yeah, my first time. So I
10
first
years old.
performed on stage when I was in third grade. It was at my school called Stevenson Elementary in Fridley, Minnesota. If y'all know Stevenson, it's in Fridley, Minnesota. And so I performed there for my first time, and that really broke the ice for me as an entertainer on stage.
Okay.
And so ever since then, I've just been so attracted to just being on stage and performing and just being with music. It's just been a part of my entire childhood and just what I was just brought up on.
Yeah.
So
After you?
Were you too young to be nervous at that point, or were you super nervous?
Oh, I was scared. I didn't want to go. My parents literally forced me. They were like, you're gonna go. They were like, we don't get scared around here. Especially my dad, he was really just a dad and a parent that really pushed me to my limit. So I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So we were just in our little apartment, and they had me going in the living room and just walking back and forth, performing the song. And eventually I just applied to audition, and then I got the role to just perform in the talent show, and I just did it on stage. So
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of music were your parents making?
So my dad, of course, he was making hip hop. My mom, she
Word.
didn't make music. She loves music because my grandfather, he plays the congas. So she grew
cool.
up around music. She doesn't make any, but my dad did. And so he put me on to a lot of soul and a lot of R&B. In Atlanta, neo soul is a very popular genre of music. It's where neo soul was really originated. So we're looking at the Erykah Badu sound, the Kendrick, the Family Soul. Just that kind of sound, and that was all there. So I'm listening to Jill Scott and all that growing up. Mary Mary, they're a gospel group. So that's really what I grew up on as a kid.
Nice. Were you involved in choir at church or anything?
I was. So when I got here to Minnesota, I went to Mount Olivet Baptist Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. And there I did children's choir for my entire childhood. And I haven't really been active in church like I should be. I need to get back in church. But definitely throughout my childhood, I was just active in choir. And that's really kind of where I formed just that, just the techniques of just certain things. I'm not necessarily a singer, but just learning how to use my instrument in the right way, learning notes, learning how to project, just certain things like that. So
that's cool.
Yes.
And then, most people, it's I was in English class and we had a poetry and blah, blah, blah. They forced me into band in fifth grade, but you're already going. Were you in band or doing any creative writing classes in school, or any teachers that influenced you?
So back in middle school, I played the trombone for a year.
Whoa.
I didn't stick with it, but I played it. So I remember I was just always trying to find ways to just be involved in music. So I did that. I kind of stopped with the band thing. I just stuck with the singing. When I got into high school, I did take choir. Middle school, I don't think there wasn't in choir, but I did perform a lot in middle school. I worked with a staff member that worked with with music, and he was just really in tuned and involved in it. And I would just go to him when I was bored in class, and I would just like, hey, his name was Mr. McKinley, and he's still very active in like the city today. Okay. I was like, hey, Mr. McKinley, I'm just like, hey, I'm trying to like make some music. And so Don't Bully, I actually performed it for my middle school as well. So that's kind of where I was just like more active. Band unfortunately wasn't that for me, but
you weren't in any musicals or anything?
I was involved in a couple musicals. I was involved in the musical I had in middle school. It was The Wiz. And then I wasn't no main character though. And then when I was in high school, I did a musical as well. So I was involved in theater. I did Penumbra, the Summer Institute, when I was in middle school, and that's like an acting camp. Yeah. So like I've been involved in theater and just things like that throughout my childhood as well.
Yeah,
so.
No stranger to the stage.
Yeah, exactly. That part. So yeah.
That's great. Oh, almost forgot to ask you. So you're writing Don't Bully. Is your rapper name at that point Selah C?
Selah C?
Yeah, when Don't Bully came out, I was Selah C, and I didn't make my name. My father did. My father has been a really big part of just the evolution of just who I became as an artist. He was the one that named me. My middle name is Cheyenne, and so Selah C was the shortened version of Cheyenne, which starts with C. So we just left it at that, and that's just been my name ever since. I ran with it, and I haven't let it go. So
yeah, we always like to ask if artists potentially embarrassing prior names.
We like to ask. So do you think it's very similar to your real name, or like basically is your real name?
Yep.
Do you think Selah C or Selah, are they two different personalities?
Oh, for sure. I think even though it's just like it's only just a letter difference, it makes the world of a difference.
Okay.
Technical
difficulties.
And when did you start to make that differentiation? In middle school still? Or?
I'd say definitely middle school, high school. For me, I started to realize that, this earring does not want to stay on. But I started to realize that kind of just a little bit after high school, when I was really performing more and just around the city, I was performing and I was like, wow, like people are recognizing me as Selah C, and I'm just this very outgoing individual. And then when I'm home, I'm super introverted, and it's just like I don't want to like really talk to a lot of people. And like even when I'm on stage and I'm very like active and engaged with the crowd. But then when I get off stage, it's like, what am I supposed to say? So that's just like I realized like I had definitely bring this persona when I come on stage as Selah C. So
and when you prepare for a show, do you have to kind of practice that persona?
I wouldn't say practice like being different, but definitely like preparing myself for interaction with different people. Right. I don't know if like you all have noticed it, but for me, I really noticed a big shift in my social interaction after COVID. Cause I remember like I was like, I didn't really care. I didn't really think that deep into things. Right. And then I feel like after the pandemic, I started being very conscious and just very like more thoughtful about just how I interacted with people, how people recognize me, just who I was to other people. And so I think some of that kind of comes out sometimes. So when I'm on stage, it's like I can just be free and just be myself and like not care what anybody thinks. I'm just doing my music. I'm just, making people smile, making people dance. And so, yeah.
That's nice. Nice having that prepared.
Yeah.
So, did you write any more music while you were in school, or did you? When did your next song? When did you start writing the next song?
So I was writing all throughout high school. Of course, I didn't drop my album until after I graduated, but I was writing all throughout high school. I didn't really know if I wanted to be an artist at the time. I was just like, I was deeply involved in music. My life was deeply rooted in music. My father's a musician. My mother loves music. It's around me 24/7, but that there was also a part of me that was like, okay, I can't pay my bills if I do this. And like that was something I had to be very consciously aware of. And so like currently like I'm in college, and so when I was kind of going through that process. I was writing, but I wasn't really out there. And so after high school, I realized, I was like, no, like, you're good at this. You got to try. And like, it's like, if you don't try, you'll fail, because to try like that, at least you're making that effort. And so I felt like I wasn't giving myself any chance to be able to like say, okay, you can make it and do music. So after high school is when I decided to just kind of take the nervousness away from me, because I was really scared to drop any music, because my music is so sacred to me. It's like I make it. I really, everything I say in my music is from personal situations and things that happen in my life. So I was like, oh my gosh, the whole world is getting ready to hear how I feel about life and different things. It is. And so my mom was really the one that pushed me to be like, you need to drop your music for the world to hear. So that's when I dropped Mind, Body, Soul. So some of those songs I'd already written maybe a year before I dropped. And so I put it all together in a collective as a project, and I dropped it. So
that's nice.
And that was July of last year, correct?
Yep. So last year, it's been a year since I dropped it. It's been doing really well. Since I've been performing, I've had like people come up to me. They're like, yo, like the most popular song off my album is Stars. And so that's the one that a lot of people gravitate to. And so that one and Black in America, which is who I sent to you. And so those are the ones that I get a lot of like feedback of, just like a lot of joy from just listening to. So it just makes me happy to know that people are gravitating to my music. So
what can you remember the first time someone said that music influenced them that positively, or that the power of your music changed their life?
I can't remember the first time. I just know just throughout my just experience of performing, I've had people come up to me like, oh, I love that song, or yo, that one Zodiac song, or that one Black in America song really gravitates to me. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just so glad, because that's what I want my music to do. It's like, I'm here to make music because I need it just to be able to express and to just kind of escape, but then also to know that other people are being influenced in a positive way by it. That's what means the most to me.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, if y'all haven't listened to her most recent project, you can stream that on Spotify right now. Just look up Selah C. Look up Mind, Body, Soul. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I noticed both those tracks have music videos too. Do you think that like is part of the reason why people are recognizing you for that song? Because it's got your face and the song?
Possibly. I think just because the music itself is, I think when I was selecting like different videos to make my like music videos for the songs, I wanted to do ones I knew like people really gravitated to. And so those two I knew were like the most popular ones at the time. So I wanted to make sure visuals came out for that. But visuals do play a big part in just the way that your music is just heard and reflected, and just people are just able to like be attracted to it. And so for me, just recognizing that, it's super important that not just for Black and American Stars, but for majority of the songs I have on my album, that they have music videos to them, because I'm coming to realize visuals mean a lot. People like to see, and that's just part of marketing and promotion and just the business side of just music, you know? So I'm really hoping just in this summer that I'm really able to just tap in. I'll be out of college, so I've been in college all year. So I'm hoping to just really just tap into my music and just start getting on some videos for real. So
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You are the writer and director of those two music videos of Stars and Black in America.
Yep.
What drew you to behind the camera?
You know what? I'm a bit of control freak. I'm going to just say that there, especially with my art. Like, there's a vision I have for it, and I want it to be reflected in the way that I, like, am imagining it. So it's like, I'm like, hey, this is what needs to be. This is how this needs to go.
Yeah.
And so I think that just really reflected just in the behind the scenes of the music video. And so I just knew that whatever I did, I had to be a part of the whole process. Because I'm not just making a video, I'm telling a story. And these visuals are the representation of what I'm singing and what I'm rapping. And like, especially with Black in America, it's a political activist song. We're talking about just as, you know, being African American in America, the things that we face and the brutality that we face, the injustices. And I wanted to make sure that that was shown and proven clearly through the visuals. And nobody could better understand that than a Black woman who lives it every day. So I had to make sure that that was displayed right through the video. So
executed very well. Yeah, again, if you haven't seen the video for Black in America or the video for Stars, check those out on YouTube. Selah C.
So you've where had you performed the songs before the album dropped?
So before the album dropped, it was just like local stuff, like just school events, things like that, community events. I was working as a mentor for a youth project called Mobile Jazz, and we basically teach students how to produce, write music, things like that. They had a whole bunch of different locations throughout like the St. Paul area. And I was at Frogtown, and then I was at El Rio in West St. Paul. And so those are like the times when I really just started like kind of performing it before like I dropped that album. So, yeah.
This is reminding me of the First Avenue write-up that I saw. So it was talking about that project, but then it was also talking about like state representative, forgetting the name.
Maria Issa?
Yeah. So you work with her, but then in the same paragraph it was saying mint condition as well. So tell us about some of these, like working with these.
Yes. So a lot of these amazing opportunities actually came through the program I was with, which is Mobile Jazz. So before I was a mentor, I was a student. And I came in. So this kind of connects to Mr. McKinley, who was the person I was connected with during middle school for the whole Don't Bully thing. He was the one that was like, yo, you're a great artist. I think you would thrive in this program. It's called Mobile Jazz. It was a summer program at the time. Now it's throughout the school year. So I came, it was at Harding High School in St. Paul. I was like, oh, wow, like this is dope. Like we're playing instruments. I'm playing the guitar. I'm like learning how to record and write and do all these different things. And if stuff I already knew how to do because I've been doing it for a long time. But it's like I'm really like living it and I'm really doing it. And so this is a program where I met Maria Issa and actually met Muja as well. And so I just met all these amazing people. And from there, I just continued to just be a part of just like the program and just doing it. And like from there, that's kind of just where like that whole thing established. And so Maria Issa was the one, she had like a show for a Black History event. And Mint Condition was one of the artists that was on stage. And so I remember like it was him or like the whole entire group. And so
sorry to interrupt, we're going to have to take a break. We'll hear more about this after the break. DogStar. Of hearing about Selah C's involvement with, remind me the name of the program?
Mobile Jazz.
Ah, yes. Please continue. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. So just kind of what I was saying previously. So kind of how I got on stage with Main Condition was through the Mobile Jazz Project. And so I was able to meet them behind the stage at this big like Black History Month event. And so I performed with Maria Issa. It was a couple other students also who was a part of the program. And so from there, I was able to just like share the stage with them. I ended up being able to perform at the event for Sheila E. She did a tribute to Prince after he passed away. I got to meet Sheila E., see her on stage, and then
how
also
old
perform.
are you at this point?
I was in middle school.
Oh my gosh.
Middle school doing
this.
Gosh. I try not to brag, but it's like, I was doing some big things in middle school. And so I was able to share the stage and just be like a part of that experience as well. And so I've had just these different interactions with so many amazing people. I just knew that like music was just in my destiny. I didn't know how and which ways. I didn't know if it was gonna pay my bills, but I knew it was gonna be a part of my life, and it still has, and it's reflective every day that I wake up. So
yes. It seemingly came out of nowhere. There's no like breadcrumb trail of SoundCloud songs like what there normally is. We can normally go back and be like, why aren't all these songs on your Spotify? Right. But kept the songs close, and then did a good job with the rollout of the project.
Thank you.
But it was your first project, so did you have any help with like how to release a project, or you just learn from what other people were doing?
I learned from a book. There's a book online. Get on Amazon. It's called How to Start Your Music Business, and there's like a couple different editions of it, just like starting your own music business, how to just like understanding the music industry, things like that. Yeah. And literally, like, I didn't even read the whole book. I just went to the pages that I felt were necessary at that time. As reference. And so it's reference. And it's literally, they call it the music industry Bible. And literally anything you need is in those books. Wow. And so I did that. And so a lot of stuff I have done from the start of me just entering into music professionally into now has just been through like self-education. No school has been, a part of that journey, even though I do plan to take some classes, some business courses. Everything has just been like, what do I do? And just going from there. So
outside of the book, what lessons have you learned maybe the hard way in real life?
Ooh.
Or what did you learn maybe even back in middle school from being backstage with some of these legends?
Yes. Well, I got a couple for you. Look, my road hasn't always been very peaches and cream. So I know that about 2 years ago, I was offered a music deal. And so I was asked to be a part of a girls group, and I was going to be the rapper of the group. And it was just like this whole big situation. And I was just really taught about just how like the music industry works, about just like working on people's time and just professionalism and just like a lot of things. And it just ended up not working out because the person that was trying to sign me he just was phony. Like he wasn't really like the real deal, and he was portraying himself to be. Oh, no. And I learned then and there, people would talk good game, but don't mean they really know what they're doing. And so and it's like, you can offer me something, but what are you really bringing to the table? And so that was like my first, I think, lesson of just really like understanding what I'm getting myself into. Oof. And since then, like another situation I had with Black in America, I was offered a sync licensing deal with Quincy Jones Production. This is about 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Because it came out as a single originally in August of 2021.
Yeah, and so before the artist that's on it now sang on, his name is The Truth Teller. There was another guy that was on it, and there was just a little bit of dispute about just the proportion of just like how much song credit should be given, the percentage wise, and it's just like the business. It all boiled down to the business. So one thing that I did learn is contracts. I don't care how much I like you, you're gonna sign a contract before I get on a song with you. Because at any time, you could easily be like, oh wait, I did more than this. You get a deal. Oh no, I want more, and you ain't even write that much. So I've really learned just the power of just everything being written on paper. So,
and it loops back to what you were saying earlier about working on other people's time and realizing how valuable your time is, how valuable other people's time is. Get it down on paper before you're wasting more time.
Exactly, that part. So
those are some big lessons for sure.
Yes.
Big lesson. So this isn't that related, but I was thinking about it. What are you going to school for right now?
So currently, I'm at Normandale Community College. I'm going to get my associates next spring in communications.
Okay.
And so then I plan to get my bachelor's in like HR work. I want to do diversity and inclusion, equity work. And I want to still just use that, but then also be able to use my music, which I do in political activism. Just combine those two together. But
oh, that's awesome. Very, very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely. Sorry to throw you backwards, but yeah, back to the project. Not a lot of features on that project.
No.
What producers were you working with, or where did some of the beats come from?
So a couple of those beats came from my dad because he produces, of course.
Okay, awesome.
About 2 of those beats came from, his name is DJ Mickey Breeze.
Yeah.
Amazing established producer here. I think he DJs for the Timberwolves, if I'm not mistaken, and he does a lot of work. And so actually went to middle school with him, Capitol Hill.
Ayo.
Shout out to Capitol Hill because that's where all the amazing artists came from. But yeah, he did 2 of the songs on there for me. And a couple of other ones came from YouTube. I just, paid for the licensing to be able to just promote it and do all that. So, yeah.
That's cool. And then, yeah, so, but not a lot of features.
Yeah.
What up? Was that because of the experience with Black in America?
I was traumatized, okay?
Ooh.
I was like, after one, bad experience, it's like, oh my gosh, how do I work with people creatively again? Because it's like, okay, clearly there's a chance that I can really make it with this music stuff, but if I don't work with the right people and I don't do the right stuff, I'm gonna be in a messed up position. It's like I could easily just, I could be sitting out here with a deal right now, but just not understanding how music business works.
Totally.
I'm young. I'm 18 at the time. I don't know anything. I just know how to make a song. So for me, I was a little bit traumatized. I was like, okay, let me just focus on my creativity. Let me focus on showing off my lyrical ability, my artistry. And that's what I did through Mind, Body, Soul. I wanted to be reflective. I wanted to be spiritual. And I wanted to show that I'm a bad artist and I know how to rap myself off. So, yeah.
Again, executed perfectly.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And so when did you first start performing those songs in front of people?
When did I? I'm trying to remember.
Back in 2021 with Black in America?
This is 2021 because we're in 2023 now.
Yeah.
I started it was 2 years ago. I was going out, and it started with community events. I was just being asked because I had a lot of very just political, community oriented type of music.
Okay.
And so I was just being asked to do stuff like that. And so I just was just getting out there, just rec centers, stuff like that, parks, summer festivals.
Are there any shows that you attended that you didn't perform at that really showed you the importance of live music, even if from a younger age, or maybe first local show here in the Twin Cities?
Yeah, let me think. I feel like one great event, definitely when I don't know if you all know of Illism. They're a great duo. And so I remember I was introduced to them about a year ago, and I was just like, oh my gosh, they're so good. And I went to, they had a open mic kind of thing, and they had a live band, and there's this drummer by the name of Rottweiler, and there's this trumpet. He's he plays trumpet. His name is Cyrus, and he's in high school. Whoa. And I just remember seeing all this live music, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. Live music is where it's at.
Yeah.
And it actually inspired me to be okay, as a rapper, I need some live music on my set. It's one thing for performing on the track, but it's one thing for having that live drummer, live guitarist, all that behind you. It just brings it to life. When I come out as Selah C, I want you all to have an experience. I don't want it to just be out listening to another person rap some songs. No, you're listening to a performer, an artist, an entertainer.
Sharing the moment.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I mean, any drummers, any guitarists, any bassists, any keyboardists.
Hit me up. I'm looking.
Rising
I'm trying to start
right
it.
Here. Yeah, get in on the ground floor. But yeah, I think I saw you perform first at either Urban Lights with Vlad G and AK Kobe, or it was at the Red Sea. But I've seen you perform both those places.
Yeah, so the first time I really I guess is came out on the scene was through the Urban Lights show. It was it was an open mic ran by Vlad G. And so I came out there, and I just performed. I just released Stars. I don't even know if Stars was released yet. I think it was unreleased still. And so I just was like, hey, yo, like I know how to rap. Like it was really, I was really just trying to show myself off. Like, yo, I do this. But I really didn't have like a name for myself. And I started finding a whole bunch of open mics through my Instagram. And so the Red Sea was hosting a lot, of course, through DJ Cam. And DJ Cam, that's my guy. I really love him. And so like I just like, he would always have different shows. And so I did like the Red Sea and stuff like that. And so eventually I started getting asked to do just like more just like family oriented stuff. So I kind of had to like, you know, branch out of the Red Sea a little bit. It's a little different, you know, I feel Red Sea is a little more just hardcore, grimy. And so I was really trying to be more on like a mainstream type of sound level. And so from there, it's kind of when everybody's like, oh, Selah C, like this is a new up and coming thing. I was like, yeah.
Wow, momentum. Yeah, just went from there. Oh, because we also saw you at Gladiator School Volume 3 with Righteous MC.
Yes, Righteous. He puts on some great events, man. I was really excited to be a part of that event. Just to showcase my lyrical ability, just being a hip-hop artist, being around so many amazing hip-hop artists. Yes. That was the show to be at. Like any Righteous MC Gladiator School events, y'all need to come through because they put it down. And there's like a big cypher at the end, and like everybody's just rapping. And so it's just an amazing experience just to be around local hip hop artists who just love the art. You know, there's no ego intended. It's just we all here for the art.
Right.
So it's like that's my favorite part. But I will say just through performing, it really every time I do one show, I'm being asked to do another one. And like it's like the momentum is such a big thing because it's like people don't understand just like getting your face out there is all you need. One show can lead you to 2 more opportunities, 2 more doors being opened. So you just really got to go out there, like put your foot forward and just say, I'm just going to perform.
How does that feel when you're asked almost minutes after you're done performing to do another show? How does that feel?
Grateful. I feel blessed every time because people don't have to ask me to come to their events, to perform at their shows, and I get paid a lot of the time to do it. Like I don't remember one show I haven't got paid for in about a year, and like being able to just get a little bit of pocket change just to do what I love, it means the world. And so I make sure that when I perform, I do it with the right intentions, that I'm coming there to make a difference. I'm not coming there to boast. I'm not coming there to just, you know, show off how good I am at music.
Which you could. You could do that.
I'm coming there because I want y'all to be happy. I want y'all to feel inspired because I'm inspired when I see other people that are doing music because I'm not where I want to be, but I'm on the journey. There's people that I see that are doing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're working hard. We're making it happen each and every day. Just the fact that you get up and go to the studio, that you get on that stage and perform that song. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to because you really want it. Yeah. So
and just following through with the plans you've made for yourself. It's like I'm gonna show up to this show because I said I would, and boom, that's just the path I'm on now. That's great. So we've only got like 3 minutes left. I wanted to ask you about, so you were learning about the music business a little bit and like how to do a rollout and stuff for the project. How had your plan, or did everything go as planned with the rollout, or was there anything that you didn't see coming, or?
I'd say like everything did go as planned. I feel like promotion could have been a little bit better. It was my first project, of course. I wish that I understand how to utilize social media a little better. That's been the hardest thing for me because it's like I'm on social media, but I'm not on it. And it's like just understanding how to use it to my advantage right now is just the biggest thing. And I feel like if I would have used my social media a little bit better, just for promotional aspects, you know, I could have gotten a little bit different results, but I'm still really proud of something that was just really just personal to me to have just been able to release to the world. So for me, that was a step in the milestone in itself. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. What advice, if you feel comfortable giving advice, what advice would you give to people about using the social media to promote like maybe a project they've got coming up?
Just don't be afraid to just showcase your music. Like, it's really easy to just want to keep it to yourself, but the world needs to hear what you have to say. You have something valuable that you need to showcase. And so social media is that platform. There's a little girl, there's a little boy out there that needs inspiration, that needs to know that they're not the only one that's going through things. And your music can do that for them. So, like, you can't be selfish. You gotta do it. Say, this is for the people. This isn't for me. And so just post it. Just post it. Like, it doesn't matter how you feel in that moment. So, yeah.
Wise words. Yeah. Selah C. You can follow her at selah.c.music on Instagram.
Yes.
Got the link tree on there. Send you to all the good places.
Yeah.
Remember YouTube, Selah C as well. You can catch the visuals not only for Stars and for Black in America, but also there's a cool, is that a voting cipher on there?
Yeah, there's
That's
like a
fun.
cipher.
Yeah.
You go out and vote with Vlad G's in the video. I was like, is that Vlad G?
Yeah, sure is. Like, get out and vote. I actually made that song after the passing of a close friend of mine. He died from gun violence. He was a security guard in Minneapolis. And it just prompted me to just say, you know what? Let me use my music for the greater good. So Get Out and Vote is really about changing these gun law policies, but then also for women's rights, because, they're trying to ban abortion for us and they still trying. So it's just, hey, look, we have rights and let's make sure that we're fighting for them. We can vote, we can create change. So
definitely.
We'll be right back.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar. Sundog sitting down with Selah C, going through the chronological, the timeline, going through your motivations behind making music, going through the importance of live music.
Yes.
Let's talk about these two tracks your representative sent over, which we've talked about at least once or twice throughout the episode so far. Black in America and Stars.
Yes.
So Black in America came out in 2021. Normally we're asking people like what was going on in their life when they made the song, but obviously the George Floyd and Black Lives Matter.
Extreme social injustice.
Yes.
Exactly.
The like.
Yes. All that played a crucial part into Black in America. I was inspired by Kanye West's Ultra Light Beam song when I was writing it. You can hear a little bit of that influence when you listen to the production of it. And so with that, I was just so hurt. It was just so saddened. It was just so much emotion. I was watching somebody being brutally killed on live television, and like it was just for the world to see. And I just remember saying, like, I have all these emotions. I don't know what to do with them, so I'm just gonna put them in this song, and that's what I did. And I just remember, like, during that period, I was at extreme anxiety, because my father is a Black man. And I just remember being like, at any moment, what if somebody tries to target you just because you look a certain way or you act a certain way and they kill you? That's exactly just what I thought about. And so for me, it hit close to home.
Yeah.
And I knew, like, if there's any way that I'm going to speak about how I feel, it's going to be through this song. So...
Yeah, it's a great song.
Very powerful.
Great video. And not to get back into like the analyzing of the song, but so did you have the lyrics written first or did you get that beat made first?
I wrote the lyrics first. I wrote it over the Ultra Light Beam instrumental and I wrote the song, and then I went to Mickey Breeze. I was like, hey, this is the song I have. This is the beat I was inspired by.
Okay.
I wanted to sound something like this, and we worked together on it, and we came up with Black in America.
So he's a wizard in other words.
Which is featuring the Truth Teller.
Yes.
And known Minneapolis or known MPLS. And what was how did you meet those artists? What was the initial...
So I met known MPLS through the original artist, Jerome, and he was affiliated with them. And so I was able to meet Cortland Pickens, which is the director of known MPLS. And so from there, we just stayed in contact, and they sang on the song, of course. And I actually met the Truth Teller through Cortland Pickens.
Whoa.
When I was looking for another artist to sing on the song. And so just through network connection, communication, the song came together. So
truly did.
Yeah, again, very, very, very powerful song.
Thank
and
you.
Like you're saying, it sounds like a therapeutic song.
Yes.
You kind of able to relieve some of the anxiety. Definitely not all of it.
Yeah.
But
at least somewhere to go.
Yep.
And then the second track, Stars, almost a completely different vibe.
Yes, totally
that's
different.
definitely a Saturday night, mellow out the evening type of vibe.
So with Stars, that one, I remember at that point in my life, I was really deep in astrology. I was like, yo, like what's up? Like I had just like learned what moon signs were and ascendant signs, Venus, Mars. Like I didn't know that was all a thing.
Right.
I was like, oh shoot, like there's more than just your sun sign. And so I remember I was talking to my mom and she was like trying to understand like her moon sign and then the person she was with their moon sign. And I was just like, oh shoot. I just got inspired and I was just like, what's your sun sign? What's your moon sign? And I just like made the song and it was just really just like off of just being just so deeply rooted in that time frame and just really just loving the idea of just unpacking who you are just through a sign, a zodiac sign. So.
And you said you're not as into it as you were when you wrote it currently, or
I believe it's like I feel like with zodiac signs, you don't take it all as it is, but I think you can take some really good parts of it. Like for me, like I'm technically a Virgo. I'm on the cusp. I'm like a Leo Virgo.
Okay,
and
you got a good one.
Yeah,
of course you love them. Yeah.
But like I feel like a lot of the stuff they say really represents like and just is like who I am. I'm like, oh shoot. So I feel like I just kind of take the good parts when I can, you know, just see what relates to me. But I love all my zodiac lovers out there, so keep doing your thing.
And with the creation of that, did you find the beat first? Did you write the lyrics first?
I found the beat and then I wrote the lyrics to it. Yeah, it was one of those kind of things. Started with the hook and then just went to the verses, and from there everything just kind of formed. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 2 great tracks, again, from a phenomenal artist. We're fans first, so it's awesome to hear about what went into the writing of those 2.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. But so we've only got 5 minutes left of the show before we listen to those songs. We want to talk to you about what's next. When are you going to be on stage next?
So, my next date that I'm supposed to be on, unless anybody asks me up until then, sometimes I get called like 2 weeks in advance, but Juneteenth, I'll be performing for the big Juneteenth festival in Minneapolis. And then I'll be doing another one with Jada Lynn in St. Paul.
Same day?
Yes, same day. So back to back.
How are you going to do that?
It's gonna be a lot of time management. I'm like, look, it's not my first rodeo with 2 shows in a day.
Oh, really?
Definitely an exhausting thing, but it's worth it because I love it. So I'm like, I'm going to definitely just go and do my thing. But it's just, it's definitely going to be just communication. Hey, I got to be out of here because I got another show I got to attend.
Right, a hard out.
Yeah, that part. So, yeah.
I wanted to ask if, as much as you're willing to reveal, how you prepare for a show. How long are the sets on the Juneteenth shows?
So for Juneteenth, I definitely try to go big or go home. So I plan to just do probably a 4 or 5 set song.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping to get some live instrumentation involved with that, some backup singers, really just do the thing. Hit me up. You're gonna get compensated for your time, but just definitely looking to just create that experience that I was talking about earlier. It's really important to me. So.
And backup dancers, are you gonna do that again?
I had backup dancers for my first Av show. I don't know if I'm gonna bring backup dancers again. it really depends on like time, money, rehearsal. Right. Yeah, I'm going to Ecuador on Saturday, so I'm like time crunch is really it right now. So I'm gonna just take what I can get.
Do you feel you have those songs you'll perform memorized enough, or are you still going through it when you're getting ready in the morning?
Yeah, I pretty much know I'm not hard. Okay. There's gonna be a couple songs that I'm gonna like newly make before the show. I try when it comes to certain shows, I do try and create songs specifically related to those shows. So like I like to bring like an original aspect, of course. Right. So like of course I like Black in America, but I want to make some new content to really just like bring to like Juneteenth. Yeah. So like me and Jada Lynn are gonna work on some stuff.
Oh, so it's already in production. Yeah. Okay, that's exciting, and to make it a unique experience versus just sounding exactly like it does on the album. Yep. That's fun.
You just say you and Muja are working on something in case anybody missed it?
Yeah, so me and Muja Messiah, we're working on a video. We have 2 songs out right now. One's called Two Guns, one's is called Dr. Bills. They're not on all social platforms, but it will be very soon. Okay. And so we're working on some music videos for those.
Oh, that's really exciting.
So by July, y'all should be seeing some of us. So
more collabs.
Yes, definitely want some more of those. Need it for sure.
Yeah, sounds like you're collaborating more and more since the incident.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting more comfortable with being with different artists again. Definitely, like I feel like working with other artists really just like helps me to be more creative because sometimes I feel like I can lack some creative energy. Just being around other artists can really bring that out of me.
Just too much in your own head or ego, or what do you mean?
Just being in my own space, like, just sometimes you need just that inspiration, and sometimes it takes other people to get it. It's like I can sometimes get it within myself, but if I don't have it, I gotta reach out. Like, hey, I need your creative energy right now. Like, push me. Like,
no, I get you.
Muja pushes me for sure. He's like one of the few artists that really do that to me. Like, he makes me just want to just get up and write. So
a legend himself, definitely. Yeah. That's really, really exciting.
Yeah.
We've got less than a minute left.
This has been the legend herself, Selah C. Do you have any advice for up and coming artists?
Yeah, for the next generation.
You got 30 seconds.
Yes. So advice that I would give to just up and coming artists is to stay true to who you are. If it's something you love, it's something that you're passionate about, stay committed, stay disciplined, stay dedicated. Don't let anybody tell you that, it's far out of reach, because anything you want is definitely possible. It just takes that dedication and consistency. Don't be afraid to reach out. Ask for help. Ask for advice. Ask for input. Like, we're not perfect. We don't know what we're doing. This is a journey, and we're all doing it together. So,
well, thanks for taking this journey with us.
Thank you.
Follow her at Selah.c.music on Instagram. Follow us at DogStar Podcast.
Selah C, thank you so much.
Selah C.
Appreciate it.
Trayvon Martin, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Philando Castillo, George Floyd, Atiana Jefferson, Aurora Roser, Stephen Clark, Alton Sterling, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown, Tanisha Anderson, Ahmaud Arbery, Joseph Mayer.
In America, without the oppression, without the rejection, just wanna be black, oh black. In America, just wanna feel safe with the skin on my face. Don't have to worry while I make the whole day, because I was there in America. Because I am black,
imprison us. How many murders have to go on?
They erasing our babies and hanging our bodies.
God, are you here? I'm trying to hold
We fighting for justice, our freedom, they
You
right.
say no weapon shall form against me.
God, I'm praying and hoping you save me from Cali.
but they come in the blue uniform trying to kill me.
Hands up, please don't shoot.
God, please protect me.
I just wish you could walk in my shoes.
Is my blackness a blessing?
All my
Time for America to
enemies.
pay all they dues. This is a battle when not Gettysburg, but they riding their horses and crosses they burn. Up in our schools, our doctors and lawyers got PTSD from systematic murder. I'm just trying to be black, under constant attack. I just wanna feel free, release me from poverty. Loving the skin that's on me. I'm just trying to be black, black in America. Yeah, stars. Looking into your eyes, I'm trying to look into your mind. Is that deep soul connection from the stars align? Astrological galaxies, planetarium casualties, Big Dipper, cosmic illusions. Something you search to see, I search to find. Searching my moon sign, hope to see my life one planet at a time. Looking at my life chart, maybe it'll give me the answers why I feel so connected to you in this room. Is this something that you do? Or maybe it's just the way the stars made you. Is it true? Only one way to find out, to tell the truth. Let's get a telescope and just stare at the moon. What's your sun sign? What's your moon sign? What time was you born? How your stars align? Why the attitude? You must be Gemini. I don't like them Leos, cause all we do is fight. I want a Scorpio, I think that's my type. But you a Aries, man, you the feisty kind. I wanna get to know you, but first let me know. Baby, how do your stars flow? 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4. How many different stars can you count up in a row? Is the universe calling? I need my body and mind aligned like the galaxy. I'm on a different time and space. I let my soul take the way and lead me to a place of unconscious knowledge, spiritual guidance. No one can find it. It's within me, walks freely, no genie, not magic Houdini. Sober thought just hit me, maybe it's the Virgo in me, but your Pisces type is bringing out the vibe. I got a couple questions and I hope that you don't mind. Let me spit it back to you just one more time. What's your sun sign? What's your moon sign? What time was you born? How your stars align? Why the attitude? You must be Gemini. I don't like them Leos, cause all we do is fight. I want a Scorpio, I think that's my type. But you a Aries, are you the feisty kind? I wanna get to know you, but first let me know. Tell me, how do your stars flow? How do your stars flow? How do your stars flow? Tell me, I just gotta know. How do your stars flow? How do your stars flow? Tell me, tell me. What's your sun sign? What's your moon sign? What time was you born? How your stars align? Why the attitude? You must be Gemini. I don't like them Leos, cause all we do is fight. I want a Scorpio, I think that's my type. But you a Aries, man, you the feisty kind. I wanna get to know you, but first let me know. Baby, how do your stars flow? What's your sun sign? What's your moon sign? What time was you born? How your stars align? Why the attitude? You must be Gemini. I don't like them Leos, cause all we do is fight. I want a Scorpio, I think that's my type. But you a Aries, man, you the feisty kind. I wanna get to know you, but first let me know. Baby, how do your stars flow?